Sean Hannity almost exploded when Ann Coulter went on his show and said, you know what? We did lose the election. Republicans should actually give in to President Obama on increasing the taxes on the richest Americans. Here's Ann Coulter on the Sean Hannity show. Let's take a look at this exchange.
Job creators.
How about they pass a bill that extends all the Bush tax cuts? What's wrong with that?
They could, but it'll be rejected in the Senate.
Okay,
and the question is then what happens?
Well, then who's to blame?
Okay, fine, let's do that. But in the end, at some point, if the Bush tax cuts are repealed and everyone's taxes go up, I promise you Republicans will blame for it. It doesn't mean you cave on everything, but there's some things Republicans do that feed into what the media is telling America about Republicans.
Wait a minute, I want to make sure I understand. So are you saying then, for PR purposes, that they should give in to Obama on the tax rate?
Not exactly. Well, yeah, I guess I am. But I think you should have...
capitulate to Obama, who's... We don't have a revenue problem, Ann.
We lost the election, Sean.
We won the election in the House, and the government...
Well, okay,
and even that's not really true. As we know, because of gerrymandering and redistricting, the Republicans won more seats in the House. But actually, Republican House candidates received less votes than Democratic House candidates, essentially losing the popular vote in the House of Representatives. But you know what? I am agreeing with Ann Coulter here. I'm sure deep down her motives are motives I would probably not agree with. But even a broken clock is right twice a day.
I mean, seems to be a pretty straightforward issue when it comes to the taxes.
Yeah.
I rarely agree with Ann Coulter. But, I mean, not only from a PR standpoint, doesn't more than half the country want this?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think
it's far more than half the country.
If we looked, Natan, at all of the exit polls and all of the polling, overwhelmingly, Americans believe that the top marginal tax rate on the richest Americans should go up. And that's what that was the source of a lot of their voting for President Obama instead of Mitt Romney. President Obama doing that is just reflecting the will of the voters.
That's correct. There's a new Politico poll out today that reaffirms this. Now, the tax rate versus loophole cutting, deduction ending, raising revenues, that dichotomy, people don't always get that nuance, and I don't think people really care. And it really honestly doesn't matter if you get a certain amount of money. But symbolically, it would be a victory for Obama if the rates go up even a little bit.
It is. And when you do some we'll talk about it in another segment, but when you do across-the-board loophole or deduction elimination, you are often disproportionately hurting the poorer people who need those deductions more, if that makes sense. But that's kind of another issue, Lewis.
Right. Yeah. Can't get into that now.